What's up, guys? Today, I am here to review MapleStory Classic World's closed online test based off of my experience and what you guys have experienced watching me. So we're gonna type out a bunch of notes, including like pros, cons, complaints, bugs, glitches, etc. Yes, and the survey went out as well. We'll go over the survey probably when we're done typing out the review. And in addition to the survey, which I will fill out off stream, I have questions that were in the survey that I can share with you guys, which is important, I think, because I think it's important to see what they're looking for. Also, is the background music too low? Let me know. And I will type it out probably off stream. I will like organize it, format it, and I will email it to every single contact I have at Nexon. So I can't promise that, you know, it gets like it even gets like received or read, but I can promise you that I will get it into Nexon's hands. And I'm assuming they will read it. You missed me? I missed you too. Important question. Did it hurt you in the end to not have your real IGN, or was it fun in the end and it all worked out? Honestly, at first, I actually was tight. I'm sure you guys saw that through the streams. I couldn't hide it. But towards the end, like, I was actually kind of like... I don't know, like I said, you know, I'm dinofries, and every time I any game that I play, if I can name my character, I name it dinofries. So when I refer to, you know, the in-game character dinofries, that could be all the characters I played in MMOs. But dinocries, there's only one dinocries. You'll get my name from me at launch. I'm hopeful that Nexon will reserve my name for me for the official launch. Or I guess if there's an open beta and names carry over, then I'll care. Then I'll actually care and try to figure something out. Yeah, get all the names. Honestly, dinotries is a good one. I like dinotries. That probably, if I probably would have used dinotries if I didn't use dinocries. Did I sleep at least 8 hours in these 10 days combined? Honestly, yeah. After stream these past 10 days, I usually got somewhere between 6 and 8 hours of sleep. Last night I slept a lot, which felt really good. I'll probably sleep a lot this weekend as well, just to catch up on sleep. So I'm gonna assume that you guys can hear the background music enough. Like, it doesn't need to be turned up. It probably doesn't need to be turned down. But let me know if you'd like to hear the background music a little better. And we'll just start, just like kind of typing stuff out. I didn't try dino fries with the Y. Yeah. Hey guys. You telling me a dino fried this rice? All right, let's start. So let's be organized. Let's organize this. Um, like let's go with complaints first. So obviously, first and foremost, the accuracy formula needs to be addressed. The accuracy armor needs to be addressed. Mages should try to. I know you guys have a lot of things to say. Try to only comment on what unless I asked you guys unless I'm out of ideas or out of thoughts, which probably will happen eventually, but especially just at the first, like, try to comment only on what I'm typing out so that we can kind of try to stay focused. So obviously, you know, for example, let's only talk about the accuracy formula. Okay, so the accuracy formula needs to be addressed. Mages should not have 100% accuracy. Archers should not be missing considering how much dex they have. It's even weird that thief misses because it's even weird that thief misses. Warriors, I can understand missing here and there, but even for them, it's still too much. Bring back the old accuracy formula. Okay, I'll mention that. The old accuracy formula was fine. You think mages should have 100% accuracy? Mages should not have 100% You guys wait, do you guys actually like mages having 100% accuracy? No. A couple people in chat just said that. They were like, yeah, that's okay. I don't think mages should have the lowest accuracy of all. And I think it's obviously just like realism wise, it's weird that warriors have the worst accuracy, but Maple Story logic doesn't make sense in a lot of different ways. We need to think in a Maple Story mindset. Should I add? Okay, I hear you guys is out on accuracy. I know. What else should I add to what I wrote? Have I missed anything? I'm with you that missing shouldn't even be a thing, but miss is a very core Maple Story kind of thing. And I'm with you guys. If I could, they could redo it and get rid of miss. But I feel like just that miss is like kind of part of the Maple Story nostalgia, for better or for worse. Missing should be level based. Yep, that's a good. I'm gonna write that. Missing should be level based. Okay, I think we can move on from accuracy. Anything else I should add to accuracy? If I see no comments, I'll assume I'll move on. You don't feel like you guys have to type in like yes, but obviously if you guys want to just say like yeah, move on, like that's cool too. Because we have a lot to get to, you know what I mean? And we could go back and add All right, now let's go on to quests. Hold on, last thing about accuracy. Increase dex accuracy. All right, perhaps increase how much main stat dex especially contributes to your character's accuracy. Quests give way too low XP and mesos. Yeah, I agree. How come early low level quests do not give potions at all? I don't think they gave any potions. Also, guys, if I miss your message, don't be afraid to type it in again. Because I'm... Oh, let me just ban this annoying guy in chat. Guys, I'm as you noticed by this point, I have no freaking problem banning. It's so easy for me now. I'm so quick with it. Sorry. Quests should have, again, if I missed your message, don't feel bad for writing it again in chat. Low level quests. How come early low level quests do not give potions at all? Considering how badly characters struggle to afford potions. Bring back the sign quests. What was the reason for getting rid of the 99.99 sign quests? Repetitive quests? I don't even think there should be repetitive quests, actually. Crafton should be more involved with quests. Well, there are Crafton quests. No, party quests. We'll talk about KPQ in another bullet point. Jump quests. Okay. Every single quest I did felt like a waste of time and resources. An easy fix, I think, would be to... Okay, what is your guys' honest opinion? Let's say Nexon just said F it and just either double, triple, quadruple, or quintupled quest XP and mesos. Which do you think is fair? Like 2x, 3x, 4x, 5x, etc. Like, which do you think is a fair if they were to do that? And not like just individually rework the quests. 5, 3. Double the XP, 3x the mesos. 3. I'm seeing a lot of 3. 2. To triple. I'm gonna say 3. So it would actually be worth it to do quests. I also want to add something to note is that if the quests give an astounding amount of XP mesos, that's not a bad thing, since quests can only be done once. Break up the sections more? Okay. Okay, now let's talk about party quests. Kernan City party quests got too big of a nerf. How do you think Kernan City party quests should? Do you think what do you guys think? Was KPQ rewards fine, but the XP was bad, or was the XP bad and the rewards bad? It felt like a waste of time and resources to do, as opposed to grinding. Both are bad. KPQ should... The XP reward for each stage... The XP for completing each stage was too low, and the reward at the end was almost always not worth it. Most players would only KPQ to have the opportunity to grind in the bonus stage, so that they didn't in the bonus stage because of how busy the popular training maps were. In the instance bonus. Okay, anything else? I'm not gonna mention the slime shoe being bad. Equipment across the board. I feel like equipment deserves its own thing. KPQ could give temporary potions. Oh, I like that idea. Maybe KPQ could give participants temporary potions to use Doran that can't be taken out. They didn't have it. I only can comment on KPQ. That would make bonus stage too easy. Maybe KPQ could give participants temporary potion to use Doran that can't be taken out if that can't okay, maybe that can't be taken out and are removed from inventory before the bonus stage. Good point. No, PQs should definitely be instanced. That's crazy to think that PQs should not be instanced. That's just silly talk. Don't buff PQ to the point where it's better than grinding. I think PQs should be a good alternative to grinding. And this is coming from someone who doesn't like PQs. You guys know I don't like PQs. I prefer just grinding and questing. People will just grind the first stage. Maybe they should remove Legator XP then. Should I put that? Consider removing XP from the Legators in the first stage if boosting the XP rewarded from each stage's completion. Solo grinders, that's gonna be my next complaint. Okay, let's do solo. Let's talk about solo grinding now. I'm gonna start this off with I like the huge buff for party bonus XP. It was fun meeting. It was fun making new friends from grinding together throughout my time playing. That being said, it always felt extremely inefficient to grind without a party. I don't think party grinding should be nerfed. I think solo grinding should be buffed. My suggestion would be nerfing party bonus XP specifically, but buffing XP earned from monsters. The end result would be party grinding stays the same and solo grinding is an actual option for those who can't find a party to grind with, or maybe don't feel like socializing at that time. That would still mean a nerf? I just don't think solo grinding should be that bad. You think what I wrote makes no sense? Nah. Yeah, buff solo grinding, don't nerf party XP. There's no way to balance out the two fairly. I agree that party grinding should be better than solo grinding. It's good to encourage people to play together. That's what makes MapleStory special. I can obviously fix this up. I just want solo grinding to be not that terrible of an alternative. How can you buff solo, but then party XP doesn't go up? Well, I said that. Can you guys not see that? I said lower the lower the party bonus XP modifier, and then increase the XP of monsters, so that like let's say like the rates you were getting at with the full party and the closed online test, that doesn't change. But if somebody wanted to go and solo grind on their own, like they can at least get decent rates. Guys, if you have suggestions or comments that are different than what we're talking about right now, just hold on to them so that we can try to stay focused. A timer for solo players that increases to a bonus? I'm not nerfing party grind. I don't want party grinding to be nerfed, because I thought it was really fun to grind together. Delete the paragraph? I didn't say nerf party XP nerf the bonus, but increase all the monsters experience that they give you, so that it evens out and it's not nerfed. If you nerf the party bonus XP modifier, but buff the monster XP, it evens out. Is that not clear? I forgot to put a knot? Okay, wait. I like the huge buff. It was fun making... I don't think party grinding should be nerfed. I don't think party grinding should be nerfed. That's true. I think, yeah, my session would be nerf and party bonus XP specifically, but buff and XP earned from monsters. The end result would be party grinding stays the same and solo grind is an actual option. For those who can't find a party to grind with or maybe don't feel like socializing at the time, I agree that party grinding should be better than... It's good to encourage. That's what makes it. I just want solo grinding to be not that terrible. How did what I write not make sense? That makes perfect sense. I'm gonna do one page. Also, you guys are forgetting that the reason why party grinding is so good is because you full clear the map and you force the mobs to respawn instantly. When you're solo grinding, you can't really do that as well. So party grinding, even with my suggestion, will be better. Will still be better because of the rate of respawn. I'm moving on. Okay, what are some other huge complaints? We got accuracy, quests, KPQ, and party grinding versus solo grinding. What were some other huge complaints? I'm talking Mondo complaints. Iframe duration. All right, let's talk about weapon defense. Which I think iframes and defense go together. Okay. Players take way too much damage from monsters. I noticed that the invincibility frame was reduced from how it was back then. So players are taking damage more frequently. This coupled with how seemingly weak. I think I need a better word for that. Seemingly weak. The weapon magic defense gained from equipment mix is bad. I'm just gonna keep typing. Maybe that's why all players were always short on mesos and potions. I think the weapon magic perhaps the invincibility frame should last longer. And I think the weapon and magic defense formula needs work. It doesn't seem like the weapon magic defense you get from your equipment matters that much. Monsters still deal too much damage. Enemies hit twice as fast, so they should deal half the damage. I wrote seemingly? No shot. Seemingly. Seemingly, yes. Seemingly. For example, warriors should be taking the least amount of damage from monsters because they have to be up close to attack. Can I make this shareable? Sure. After stream, I'll make it view only and post it in the description. Post the link. Listen, bro. You're just spouting nonsense in my chat. I gotta get rid of you. You know who you are. Iron Body. I'll do a separate section for skills. How about that? I just mentioned warriors because it just felt like even it felt like warriors were taking the same amount of damage as other classes, and that makes no freaking sense. Because you know, archers and like archers are squishy because they have to stay ranged. And like assassins and thieves have high avoidability for that reason too, right? I just don't understand why warriors were struggling so badly. You would think that warriors want to, you know, gear the fuck up with their weapon and magic defense stat so that they can be okay. Yeah, warriors are not tanky. They're supposed to be tanky. Invincibility, yeah, I think both need a buff. I think the invincibility frame needs to be longer, and weapon and magic defense need to matter more. Yeah, mages were the tankiest because of magic guard. That's a true fact right there. Mages wound up being the tankiest due to magic guard. Make these into a bullet point list. I will. I will fix it up. Just want to get my thoughts on paper. I'll make it look pretty. This is direct feedback that I'll send to Nexon. Level should influence damage taken. Yeah, I'm gonna write that. Attack formula for multi-line magic attacks, which is why Holy Arrow does so much damage. We will go into skills after like general big talking point complaints. I'll do skills next. We'll do a class section. Okay. Next big complaint. Huge complaints that you guys have noticed. We can do small complaints. We can do small complaints at the end if I missed anything that you guys want me to like that think you deserve pointing out. Such as the SFX for guard, for example. That's a tiny complaint, I think. I think guard SFX is a tiny complaint, no? We did accuracy already. Crafton? Wait, Crafton was perfect. Stores in town? Alright, I'll just write it. You know what? It's fine. It's fine. Guard, and... Okay. No, you guys are right. You guys are right. Okay, okay, here we go. If I write something down, then don't repeat it. But if I'm missing something, if I miss your message in chat and you think it's important, feel free to repeat it. Guard SFX is way too loud. So is hearing other players who are not in your party. So is the SFX of other players picking up mesos and drops. Forgotten hollow background music is also louder than all the other places in Victoria Island. Crafton SFX too. Also, pet level up SFX. All right, what else you got? Shout them out. Shout them out. I'm gonna write them down. You can't see other people's drops. I think that's a good change. I think only seeing your own drops and party drops is a good change. Glitches, we'll do a separate section for glitches. Maple Island quests should get, yeah, that's a good idea. Maple Island quests. Well, I feel like if they, okay. Crafting was too expensive, but I think that would be solved if players are spending less money on potions. Quests I did. Quick rundown. All right. We're on complaints. We're on complaints right now. We did accuracy formula quests, KPQ, party versus solo grinding, damage, and invincibility frames. Okay, I'll write it down. Make seeing drops from other players not in your party a toggle, an option. Better handling of test keys. Sure, I'll write that down. I mean, is it even worth it at this point? They're gonna do an open beta. They're not gonna do another closed online test. Monster book, we'll do a suggestions section. Oh yeah. Store shops, player shops in town was an eyesore. It was nice to see towns lively, but player shops should be exclusive to the free market. The free market was absolutely dead the entire time. Oh, stats. Wait, guys, I'm sorry. Again, if I miss your message, please don't be ashamed. Don't be afraid to write it out again. But I don't know if no one mentioned this. I don't like that. I don't like that. That main stat given from your equipment didn't show on the character stats window. It was hard to tell the total. It was hard to tell which AP I had from the points I distributed and what was added from my equipment. Please add back the plus part. Any other big complaints? More information on what each stat does would be nice. For example, we know that Dex adds accuracy, but how much? Players would not know until after add-in AP. It would be nice if skills had more details too. Oh, the vertical attack range. The vertical attack range of skills is weird. There seems to be an abnormally large upwards range, yet abnormally small downwards range. This seems like a bug, if not monster levels. Add an option to show the monster's level, like how there are options to show or hide the monster's name and HP bar. Jump casting? Yeah, that's a good one. Attack power is confusing. There is weapon attack, there is weapon attack and magic attack. That's how come there's no magic attack power? I think attack power should be removed. And weapon attack should be reworked to cover attack power gains from skills and potions. Show monsters on world map? What about the map? The world map looks great. However, it would be nice to have it would be nice for it to include Sleepywood and Forgotten Hollow. Also, the Kernan City subway. Any other parts that didn't have a world map that should? Weapon attack is on your weapon. Weapon power is from buffs and potions. Yeah, how come magic attack isn't the same thing? Why is there attack power, but not magic attack power? It's confusing. It's overly confusing. Block value? Rumor has it that when you are wearing a shield, you have a 5% chance to guard. This chance to guard should increase with the amount of weapon magic defense the shield has. And the guard chance should be visible in the character stats window. Oh yeah, that's good. Players should not be allowed to put points into HP MP. You can't AP reset these stats back into main stat. This will confuse players and cause them to brick their characters. Just don't allow players the option to add points into HP. MP. Change mob spawns to have at least a high concentration of one mob. I'm with you. I don't know. There are, I do think, like, for example, Forgotten Hollow had like a weirdly low amount of tree mobs. I agree with you. Add more PQs. Let's save that for suggestions. I want to get all the complaints out of the way. Like complaints from like what we saw. Make weakness and resistance known in the game. I feel like that's not that big of a deal though, right? If you notice that you're dealing. Ooh. Okay, well okay. Should we move on to classes? Like class specific? Or you want to do general suggestions next? Second job SP can't be used in first job skills. That's a good thing though, no? Let's do classes and skills specifically. Okay. Monster book I'll add to suggestions. Well, let's get classes and skills out of the way because you guys seem to be hungry to talk about it. Classes, skills. Okay, fire away. What are some classes and skills like complaints and suggestions, I guess. Final attack. Warrior final attack is in a bad spot. Warrior first? Good idea. Good idea. Warrior final attack is in a bad spot. Fighter's final attack. What do you what specifically about warrior final attack was good and was bad, I guess? Because I didn't really play a warrior. I didn't play a warrior. What were people's problems with warrior's final attack? It's just bad? Your animation locked regardless of if you killed the monster or not. Fighter, correct me if I'm wrong. Fighter's final attack feels way better than Spearman and Page. Maybe it should be an extra line of damage without an animation. They all seemed not worth putting points into. Mastery? Mastery is terrible for... I feel like Mastery is terrible for what? Spear? Why would a Spearman want avoidability? Mace is bad too? I feel like you was every mastery bad, or was it just spear? Slash Blast hits 4 monsters instead of 6 now. Warriors get nothing in second job Warriors get nothing in second job to make up for this loss of power in first job. Are there any other skills that Warrior has that you guys have complaints about? Oh, I want to put something. Let Warrior remove consolidate. Okay, here. Maybe you guys don't like this, but I'm gonna write this. Consolidate final attack, mastery, and booster. Don't make warriors choose between one weapon or the other. Delete slow. True. Delete slow. HP recovery should be stronger. Iron Body? Was Iron Body bad too? I don't know. What about Iron Body, Power Guard? Were any skills like underperforming? I thought Rage was good. Are we done with warriors? Should we move on? Move on to mages?
I really enjoy last few days MS Classic stream.
Thank you, Smexy Redditors, for the $3. Thank you. I enjoyed having you in chat, my man. Thank you. Bowman would be next. It goes warrior, mage, bowman, thief. I guess we skip beginner. Were there any beginner skills that you guys felt were bad? I'm gonna write this and you guys are gonna be upset. Holy Arrow. Heal should not. Huh. Shellless snail shell? Yeah, you guys are right. Three snails should not consume fire. Snail. Yes. All right, mage. Mages are solid. I agree. I will say though, the difference between fire arrow and holy arrow is odd. Why does one fire 3 projectiles at up to 3 monsters and the other is 1 projectile at 1 monster? I feel like heal, I agree, yeah. Heal should recover more HP for the user and their party. The range should also be buffed. Both of these changes should come at the cost of losing the ability to damage undead monsters. Nobody's using heal for damage anymore anyway. Thunderbolt should have more range. Thunderbolt has too little range. Disagree with the first point? Okay. Maybe rename Holy Arrow to Holy Arrows. Or make Holy Arrow pierce fire 1 projectile that pierces 3 monsters. And or make Holy Arrow and Fire Arrow fire 1, but reduce the amount of monsters that poison breath can damage to account for this buff to fire poison wizards. Clerics are not healing to damage monsters anymore. Clerics will be using Holy Arrow in MapleStory Classic World. So I just want heal to be better for clerics. So that it makes more sense that they have the power to heal their teammates. Because whenever I would party with cleric, they never healed me. Because they really couldn't. It would just tank our rates. Teleport was not appearing on other players' screens. They just saw a mage blinking around without any animation. It's probably a bug. Requiring cleric following people when grinding is punishing, that wouldn't happen. It'd just be so that if a cleric was partied with people and they were near each other, then when the cleric healed, the other parties would get the heal too. The heal at this point is way too small of a range where a cleric was only healing themselves, which is like, what's the point of having a support class then? Dude, clerics were not supporting ain't nobody in the closed online test. They were only supporting themselves. All right. Let's move on to Archer. I agree. Yeah, I think Archer bowwhacking is fine. They just need more tools to like push mobs away. Hold on, let me write that down. The problem isn't archers whacking monsters with their bow or crossbow up close. The problem is they don't have the tools to push monsters away efficiently. Consider moving power knockback to first job. Or give them a new skill to help, such as give them a new, for example, yeah, a skill that that makes the character disengage, so they leap backwards away from the monster. Put Amazon's Judgment. What did Amazon Judgments do? Consider moving power knockback to first job and Amazon's Judgment to the second job. Speed and jump. Do you feel like archers were too slow and they need something that makes them faster? You get You get fired for taking a piss break. Amazon's judgment. That's so funny. Focus. Oh, you think the focus skill is useless for an archer? Focus appears useless for archers, considering they historically don't struggle with accuracy problems. Perhaps replace that skill. Yeah, that's assuming the accuracy problems get fixed. That's cool. Make monsters killed by projectiles more likely to drop those projectiles. It could be a new skill like arrow up or something. Although, is that going to really matter? Considering I mean, archers get soul arrow in second job. I feel like that might be a pointless suggestion. SP? I delete this because of soul arrow, but it's a cool idea. Nerf Holy Arrow? Holy Arrow does too much damage? Arrow bomb and iron arrow got an unfair nerf. They should hit 6 monsters like they did back then. Bow mastery gives a void. Thank you. Bow mastery gives a void ability. This is pointless for hunters. I covered slash blast. Anything else for archers? Jump shot? No, archers can't jump shot, guys. Come on. Come on. Let's be realistic. Mages can't jump shot. Final attack. Okay, yeah. So pretty much the same thing that the warriors. Did most archers not bother with final attack? Most archers did not put SP into final attack. I covered the I know arrow bomb was buggy. I will put that, but I did put in complaints that the vertical attack range of skills is weird. There seems to be an abnormally large upward range, yet abnormally small downwards range. Arrow bomb might be bugged with the I don't know. How's that? Oh, explosion? Arrow bomb's explosion is too small? Is that what it is? Arrow bomb's explosion range is too small. Is that what you guys wanted to say? All right, we good on archers? Thief. Chief. Yeah. Dark sight must be bugs. I'm gonna miss this bug for the record. It was the best bug in the whole closed online test was the dark sight bug. The character appears actually invisible on other players' screens instead of transparent. Drain is overtuned? Drain Drain is too good for assassins to ever care to use Lucky 7. The amount it heals the character might be too much. Maybe like what you think, like Lucky 7 needs a buff? I'm with you guys that like I would rather buff than nerf. Do you think Drain actually does need a nerf, or do you just think Lucky 7 needs a buff? Drain needs a cooldown? People are not gonna fuck with that. Or maybe apply mastery to Lucky 7 so it doesn't, so it performs better. Is that the only thing that thieves need? Maybe Savage Blow? Is Savage Blow too weak, or you guys are cool with Savage Blow? Savage Blow should ramp up. You guys, I think you guys are saying that Savage Blow should ramp up faster, basically. Savage Blow is unusable until level 20. Bandits should not be stuck using double stab until level. When was it the meta for bandits to start using Savage Blow? I'm getting different numbers. 42, 37, 45. 37? Can I get some feedback on this? I could put around level 40. It's like 42. I'm seeing 42. I'm seeing most people are saying 42 until around level 42. Perhaps give Savage Blow a better floor in terms of damage, but keep the ceiling the same. I believe that all classes should get a new skill to use right away at level 30 with just one ST. Anything else for Thief? We did Warrior first. If you have something you want to add for Warrior, I'll tell you if we covered it or not. Strength daggers are the problem. They should have got rid of strength daggers. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to all my strength dagger fans out there, but it's just stupid. Don't overcomplicate things. No class should have to worry about 3 different stats. We covered warrior weapon defense. We covered weapon and magic defense like in its own section. Bandits should have drain, not assassins. Honestly, you're kind of spitting. Was disorder any good? I don't think so. Disorder sucks. Disorder needs a rework. It's not worth using. Even at bosses. I mean, really, was disorder actually used? Maybe it was actually. Maybe I should. Should I just delete this? I mean, there's no bosses. It's meant for bosses. Double stab should be better. Disorder sucks ass. Double stab needs a larger hitbox. Steel, felt, weak to use. All right, are we done with Thief? Savage blow numbers are supposed to appear like that. Accuracy we addressed. That was the first thing we talked about in general complaints. Yeah, aren't they zigzagged the numbers from Savage Blow on purpose? Isn't that like a design choice? All right, let's go into general suggestions now. I'll put that. Also, many players reported that Savage Blow's damage lines were disorienting. For that Savage Blow's unique display of damage lines were disorienting. Okay, general suggestions. Owls of Minerva should cost NX. Let's only talk about what we experienced in the closed online test. I'm with you, but Owls of Minerva weren't even in the closed online test. I kind of only want to talk about what we experienced in the closed online test. More closed in the cash shop. Nexon definitely had a very limited cash shop. Inkwell brought up owls. What did he say specifically? Crafting XP should not be gated by character level. I disagree. I actually disagree. I think Crafting XP being gated by character level is good. It forces people to like play with all these different all the different parts of the game. Oh, Monster Book. Monster Book. Yeah, we talked about iframes. Storage bags for gems and minerals. That's a good idea. I like that. Storage bags for ores or an additional inventory tab for them. Yeah, yeah, lower fame requirements for equipment. Monster Book is good because Monster Book would tell you like the monster's weaknesses and stuff. Like obviously you'll just look it up online like a normal person, but having more resources in game is always better. Potion crafting, yup. That should totally be a thing. I covered defense already, yeah. Yeah, new PQ for the new zone. Quests give fame. Ah, you guys are talking so fast. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, okay. NSC's PQ. Daily quests? No. No, no dailies in my MapleStory Classic world. None of it. Zero. Am I gonna be streaming any games now that the closed beta is over? Yeah, I need to take a break for my own sanity, and because I have to edit hundreds of hours of VOD footage now into highlights, but yeah. I'll continue to stream like any new MapleStory, old school MapleStory servers on MapleStory Worlds, any MapleStory likes that I want to cover, and Chrono Story when 4th job comes out. We already did quest rewards. Commas, yes. Shops need commas. 999. 999. Not 999, 999, 999. Thank you. That's a huge one. The commas pissed me off. No commas? What the hell? Where is it? It's 2026. PQ level cap? I'm almost positive that they didn't cap KPQ because of the closed online test. Hired merchants? They already confirmed hired merchants in one of their videos. Actually, I'm going to put that regular store permits should go up without the character having to stay logged in. We'll do bugs and glitches next. Increase buddy list cap? Bro, even I was like, I hit the buddy list cap on like the last couple of days. I don't think the buddy list cap was that crazy. It's a Mesos thing too. Damage skins? They probably will do that. Item colors for above average, below average. The gear did glow. It just didn't say it on the text. Yes, I'm gonna grind even harder for actual release. You know it. We did quests. Player shops in FM we did already. I'll probably combine general suggestions and complaints, honestly. I don't think they need to be broken up. I'll format this better. I just need to get my thoughts and your guys' thoughts on the paper, and I could make it look pretty before I send it out. Picture mode persists when changing maps. Chat censorship is terrible. Instance training zones? I actually don't like instance training zones. Weddings? I only want to cover what we saw in the closed online test. I don't want to comment on things that they might have already cooking. I only want to comment specifically on what we saw in the closed online test. 10% scrolls are bad? Yeah. Greater 10% scrolls seem almost never worth using, since chaos 10% scrolls give +2 more. And players typically never use such a high risk scroll past the first slot. What's up, Korsh? How do I feel post beta? I miss it. The UI looks weird with the open spaces on the bottom left and right side. It should be extended or give us the option to move other parts of the UI, like the quick slot box, which currently sits above on the bottom right side of the bar. Remove potion cooldown? I think that's fair, actually. The potion cooldown, which isn't which you don't realize is a thing until you die, because your pet doesn't heal you fast enough. We did shops we already covered shops being in the free market. Int should not affect max MP on a level up. I didn't know it still did that. That's so stupid. Battle analysis? I don't know. I feel like if Nexon added a battle analysis to MapleStory Classic World, that would kind of go against their whole like vision for the game to be casual. Since modern MapleStory has a battle analysis built in game. I'd be fine with it. I'm just saying. Dino sounds like he's reading something to the teacher in 2nd grade. We covered iframes. If it doesn't, then why did players wind up with different amounts of max MP despite being the same level? Int doesn't affect MP on level up. I don't get it. Then what's going on? What's going on with int and max MP? That's good. Show the XP required to level up. There's a variance on HP MP during level up. I hate that. I hate that. Remove the varied addition of HP MP of max MP. Remove the... How do I even word this? Nobody's being timed out. I literally don't even have my hand. I have chat and Google Docs. I'm not timing people out. Right, make max HP MP gain on level up should be fixed rather than varied. That's a terrible. I didn't even know that was a thing. That's terrible. I already talked about the being able to add AP. Make lemons super sour so your character makes a funny face. That's a good suggestion. You have screenshots? All right, bro. I'm sorry. I don't know why that's happening. Where was I? If you job advance to level 15, you get more SP? That's got to be a bug, right? Yeah, we covered downwards attack range. It's got to be a bug, right? Should we just move on to bugs and glitches? We covered the guard sound. Yeah, I already talked about attack power. I also agree with you. Attack power is stupid. There should only be weapon attack and magic attack. And if you're gonna change the way that buffs and potions increase your damage. Oh, what do you guys think about this? Mages should have an attack range like other classes. Remove the magic stat in the remove magic in the character stat window. Right? Because mages do have an attack range, they just don't tell us. Keep both? Shouldn't mages have attack range too? Mage attack speed is not affected by weapon. All mage skills have a fixed attack speed regardless. Their attack range varies depending on the spell they're using due to their individual mastery values. I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world. I just thought, like, remove attack speed from weapons. I feel like they just keep it in because it's just like, well, if you slap with it, then it should, yeah. They should tell us though. I mean, one of my suggestions would just be like, tell us more information. Because how am I supposed to know that mage skills all do the same attack speed regardless? Yeah, I got the survey. Once we finish going through this review, I'll go over the survey with you guys. Actually, I might just do the survey on stream. Full transparency. Dexless and luckless? I'm sorry, I disagree. I think statless is dumb. Strength affects HP? Strength affects max HP on level up? That can't be right. That sounds odd, weird. All these changes, they don't have to take all my changes, but that shouldn't prevent me from submitting them. Lemon, you want to buff, you want to nerf lemons and meats? Add gender neutral clothing? They won't do that. I'm down, I'm with you. I'm with you in regards to like the gender stuff with gear and cash up gear, but they're not gonna do that, so I'm just not gonna bother. It's like, it's a dead art. It's just like whatever. I agree with you. We should put things that we liked after this too, so we're not overly negative. Oh my god, hold on, I'm trying to reach out. Yeah, we talked about solo versus party grinding. Also, lemons and meat, you're not going to use lemons and meat later on because you're going to need big boy potions to heal you for larger amounts, which is why potion cooldown is a thing. I've noticed that when I fought Rotten Mush Mom, I needed better potions besides lemon and meat, or I was gonna die. Cash shop weather effect that makes lemons rain from the sky. That's a good suggestion. An important one. Beginner only items like tuna. Honestly, I'm just gonna put this. I don't like that bandits need strength or some daggers. Add beginner exclusive weapons like Inkbo said that they were Inkbo pretty much confirmed that they just didn't add the frozen tuna this time around. Bring back finds? Did you guys like find? Separate MapleStory Classic World Client, then Modern MapleStory GMS. Don't bring back find. It'll be toxic. All right. Oh, wait, it could be a toggle. Bring back finds, but give players the option to be unfindable. Pirate class? We want pirates. All right, let's do bugs and glitches and then like general like positive things. I can't think of a word. Because we did complaints, we did suggestions. We need to glaze. I can't think of a good word. But yeah. There already is a party system. You could change your party loot settings so that the party leader can loot only, and then they could like decide who gets it instead of anyone can loot. Just no one ever really used it. Crafting bug? Alright. Bugs / glitches. Be right back though, I really have to pee. When you SP reset, you kept your old skills. For example, magic guard stays on if already toggled. Ooh, and all, yeah. Add certain amounts of SP at once like you can AP. Right. You can Alt F4 after dying to avoid losing XP. Or hitting the OK. There's a way to get 10 times the mesos from... This song sucks. Not the song sucks, it's the ending. If you craft with only one inventory slot, you can only craft one of that item. Then you are locked and can't enter portals or change channels or craft anything else. I'll put it again, but I have covered this already. Players are unable to attack mobs directly below them. Yeah, some flowers don't disappear in Kernet Swamp. Oh, yeah. Job advancing late rewards double. It was double? It's crazy. If you queue up crafting an item and click over to another item within the crafting UI, it'll start crafting that item without your confirmation. Weapon attack weapon attack gloves, weapon attack glove scrolls gave attack power. Yeah, we covered the SFX. Yeah. Many players experienced constant crashing. The reason why your trade screen automatically canceled without input was because if you take damage from a mob, the trade gets canceled. Props for making this. Looks extensive. Thank you. Were there any more bugs and glitches? Then I want to move on to just positive things. Touch damage from other players showed up orange, not purple. I think that's intentional. I don't think it's a big deal. I'm pretty sure that's intentional though. Alright. Alright. General compliments. Guys, let's say some nice things. Aww. The drop rate's too low. I think the drop rate's fine. Yeah, the increased storage space was a welcomed change. Many players made tons. Made genuine connection. Made friends in just those. The game played perfectly, honestly. Like the moment to moment gameplay was the moment to moment gameplay was pristine. I like the crafting system. No HP MP washing is huge. Additional settings and options. Tradable squishy shoes and other items like that. No more dice roll. I agree. Maybe controversial, but Waste of time. Good for casual and hardcore players. GM events. No. 2x XB drop coupons. The progression, yeah. The progression was definitely slow, but rewarding. Yeah. Down jump? Down jump. Yeah, server stability during GM events was impressive. Barely any lag, except for the last one, of course. GMs were awesome. Yeah, secondary stats felt impactful. Not pay to win. I'm gonna put that in there. Yeah, instance PQs. Towns were lively. Seeing players everywhere you go, even beyond the popular training areas. Forgotten Hollow, yeah. Let me show you guys what the let me show you guys what the survey entailed. I'll show you some of it. Hold on. Honestly, the survey is the survey is really like typical. I asked the shout out Layman. He sent me screenshots of the survey because he was taking it and I wanted to bring it up on stream. Let me hand select some of these actually. You like Shield Guard? You like the rework scrolling? Yeah, I want to put like mostly positive class skill changes. Something fell. You guys heard that? Something did indeed fall. Okay. I guess I could. I'm afraid of showing my email to you guys. I don't want to dox myself. Okay. I'll just go through the survey really quick and tell you guys if they asked for anything in particular. So they asked about the friendships and social connections, the sense of community and belonging, the music and soundtrack, in-game events, guild party activities and collaboration. There was no guilds. The variety of classes and playstyles, the slower pace, progression, and leveling system, customizing character look and fashion, free to play and accessibilities, exploring maps and discovering new areas, the free market, the grind and sense of achievement. They asked about which first job you chose and which second job you chose, and then they asked you if your decision felt unique, balanced, and satisfying. They asked if you played mostly solo or with others, and then they asked about they asked you about the multiplayer experience, partying up with others, doing things with other players, and party play rewards. They asked about the cash shop UI, the cash shop selections, and the free market experience. When it came to cash shop stuff, they asked about damage skins, which would be new to MapleStory, to old school MapleStory. They asked about returning. They asked like, oh, like would you want, and they have a list, and they asked about returning areas as well as new original areas, returning cosmetics and new original cosmetics, returning bosses, returning/new bosses, returning/new party quests, returning/new characters, and then collaborations and GM events. They asked about gameplay in relation to social experiences, nostalgia, pacing. There's a part in the survey where they said they asked you and you could write out your answer, like in text. What would make MapleStory Classic World representative of what you want from a classic MapleStory game? Would you want more or less quote unquote classic content? They also asked, would you like most and would you not like? And then there's a question that says, would you be interested in playing Global MapleStory Classic World again? There's 3 options. Yes, even without any changes to the game. Yes, with updates. No, I would not be interested in playing again. That's the last question. I'll tell you guys right now, I would probably answer yes, even without any changes. Like, I had that much fun. And even though I don't have it written out right now in this Google Doc, I will, because like I'm gonna take all this stuff that we wrote together and format it better, and I'm also gonna like probably put my own personal like thoughts, which are really positive. Like, yeah, and I mean, that's it, guys. That's really. You played Mage, of course you had fun. True. Yeah, there was no Junior Reaper, which was like a deal breaker for me. They have to add Junior Reaper, I won't be playing. And that's it, guys. I mean, do you guys want to add anything else? I can add it to the bottom and just kind of fit it in if you guys wanted to just like mention anything else. Miscellaneous. You played an Islander? You masochist, you. Top and bottom scrolls. For strength, dex, luck, and ints. Screenshot link for the Savage Blow damage numbers. I put it in. Okay, I'll mention top, bottom, main stat scrolls since overall has them. HP, MP, defense scrolls should be better. Chat, thank you again. Drop a like, subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you again so much for just some of the best, some of the best 10, 11 days, 10 days of my life. It was surreal. I can't wait to do it again. Either if there's an open beta, hopefully in at most a couple months, or for the real thing, which hopefully comes out sooner than later. Once again, I'm gonna make this look pretty, and I'm gonna email it to my Nexon contact. Hopefully it gets to the Classic World team, and I'm gonna fill out the survey as well. And yeah, so the plan for me and my channel is I need to I need to edit all of that stream. Like I need to edit all like the 100 plus hours of footage into highlight videos. So look forward to that. As for streaming, I will stream if I will stream when Chrono Story 4th job comes out. B, if there's a new old school MapleStory server that pops up on MapleStory Worlds. And C, if there's a MapleStory like that pops up that I want to show you guys. Only those 3 scenarios. Besides that, I will be sitting here off, but with the camera turned off, not live editing. So look forward to those highlight videos. Thanks, guys. Share the document. Okay. Let me fix it up, and then I'll post it in the description of this video after I fix it up. How is the cute MapleStory like MMO? Which one was that? Souls Remnant? Bro, if Souls Remnant has another playtest or just officially launches or something like that, I will for sure be streaming that. That game is hella fun, and if you like MapleStory, you would totes enjoy Souls Remnant. All Mage? I haven't seen any I haven't seen any updates from All Mage. Have you? I've checked like maybe like once a week. Let's see. All Mage. All Mage has a roadmap. They're adding a new biome. And new stuff. And they're hoping to finish second class. All Mage is fun. I would love to play All Mage again, but only if there's like a significant amount of stuff added or changed for me to dive back in. I'll have to like reach out to the dev and inquire. But yeah, I would stream All Mage again. That game is cute. Be wary of your email when you share. No, that's fine. The document is saved to my business email anyways. All right, guys. If that's everything, see you later. I love you. Thank you. Have a wonderful weekend. Don't be sad. Don't be too sad. Hopefully we're back soon. You know what I'm saying? Like dude, if an open beta happens in like a couple months from now, like it could be worse. You know what I'm saying? Like I can last a couple months to do this again. And hopefully in a couple months, it's just the whole ass game. But we'll see. I don't have any info for you guys. And if I did, I would tell you. Join my Discord server for updates. But anything huge, I'll post on I'll make a YouTube post. Bye guys. Take care. I'll see you soon. Okay? Be good. Later.